Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's finish Alan's endings today. It's gonna be four endings. One happy, one good, one another, one doom end. Yay, finally Catarina is gonna tell him something probably. It says, "What I must tell you." She said she didn't want to address these feelings until Giorno and Mary were both talked to, and they happened to see her and him that day, so they just kind of spied on them. A year has passed since the Viculum incident has been resolved. We all returned back to Sorcier. A year. We're finally graduating. It's so moving. The graduation ceremony ends. On my way back to the graduation party, I walk around looking at the school buildings, feeling nostalgic. So much has happened in my second year and at the academy. Time passed in a flash, but it also feels like it's been so long. After that incident, Rao was taken in for questioning at Sorcier. They had to verify all reports on the incident. However, because his plans never came to fruition, he admitted to all of his crimes. His only punishment was a demotion to Earl. Liliana, who is now Countess Warder, is my dear pen pal. She tells me that her injuries have healed, all thanks to Maria, and that she's fine now. I'm so glad. This morning, she sent me flowers and a letter to congratulate me on my graduation. Liliana often asks me about what became of Alan and I since then. My progress with Alan, after the Viculum incident. I actually confessed my feelings to both Mary and Giorno, however.
ということで、私はアラン様のことが好きみたいで。いいえ、それ以上はおっしゃらないで。アラン様のことはどうでもよいのです。別に私は愛しておりませんもの。
Wow, she said that so harshly.
え、そうなの？ええ、ですのでいくらでも婚約なら解消しますわ。でもカタリナ様、どうかこれからも私と良いお付き合いをしてくださいませ。アラン様に愛想が尽きた時はいつでも相談してくださいね。私、一緒にどこへでも行く覚悟はできてますから。
And just like that, we are all still good friends. She confirmed that she has never had feelings for Alan. According to Alan, Mary supposedly had feelings for someone else. I wonder who it could be. I wonder. And most importantly, for Giotto.
そうですね。カタリナの気持ちが僕へ向かなかったのは残念ですが、カタリナの悲しむ顔は見たくありませんからね。一旦カタリナの望み通り婚約は破棄しましょう。でもこれから1年間僕もそれなりに頑張りますから。
He says, end our engagement for now. like she's gonna come back later. So I guess Giorno and I are no longer engaged. Although it troubles him, he is now approached by many ladies. And here I am engaged with Alan, but it doesn't look good publicly if I immediately become engaged to Alan right after we just breaking off an engagement to Giorno. We're being careful. So they're engaged, but they're not saying it publicly. However, now that we are graduating, Alan and I will be having a ball to publicly announce our engagement today at the mansion. I've been so busy preparing for it these days, I feel like my head is about to explode. Right after the graduation party, I have to rush back to prepare. I also want to throw on an after party for all my friends. But I suppose we can save that for later. There is one last thing I have to do. I need to tell Alan that I love him before we announce our engagement. We're just like, okay, we're engaged, but I haven't really moved on from the incident a year ago. How must that make him feel that you haven't even told him yet? He's gonna be like, do you really love me? I mean, we're engaged, but do you really love me? Or is it like another Giorno thing? That day, my feelings for him were confirmed in my heart, but I couldn't confess them yet. I totally meant to tell him, but you just forgot for a whole year.
アラン様、私。
うおっ
She fall in the pond? Right before I could confess to him, the water fountain next to me overflowed. Okay.
あのですね、アラン様。実は私、アランさん。
A strong gust of wind comes blowing a bucket and strikes Alan right in the head. So every time she's tried, nature has been like, no. I don't know about you, but I would probably take that as a sign that maybe this is not meant to be. He suddenly falls in a hole. Well, that's for him not watching where he's going. Too many things are occurring while I'm trying to confess. There's always someone else around, so I rarely have the opportunity to be alone with just him, and now the whole year has gone by. At this rate, our engagement will go public before I can even confess my feelings. Between the ceremony and the party is my only chance to tell him, so I call Alan out to the fields to confess. I may see Liliana at night too. At the ball where we will announce our engagement, I was told that Earl Warder and Lady Warder would be attending. So I want to report to Liliana, my pen pal, that I'm able to confess too. Alright, here I go. I put myself up and head toward our meeting place. I am going to tell him that I love him once and for all, or so I thought. Oh my goodness, now what? She's gonna tell him, oh, Jordo's there. Huh? For some reason, I see Jordo and Alan at the field. I thought no one would be out here. And of all people, it's Giordo. I didn't expect this. I panic, and Giordo turns around to give me a smile.
そんな顔をしないでください、カタリナ。用事が終わったらすぐに立ち去りますので。
Aww, please don't give me that look. I'm not trying to interfere. That must be sad. Like, I'll leave you guys alone.
すみません、カタリナ。この1年、あなたに困った顔ばかりさせてしまいましたね。裏から手を回していろんな時間稼ぎをしてみたのですが、結局カタリナの顔を曇らせてしまうばかりでした。
時間稼ぎって。
俺が落とし穴に落ちたりしたやつのことだよ。
Wow. Wow, that was him? That's mean.
あれ、ジオルド様がやってたの？
So he threw a bucket at his brother's head? Wow.
いや、まあ、うすうす気づいてはいたけどな。キースもソフィアもメアリもいるだろう。
Oh, just leave them alone. Let them be together.
仕方ないでしょう。正式に発表されるまでの1年はみんなのカタリナのままでいてほしかったんです。
So for the entire year, they're just like not letting them get close for an entire year.
そしてできれば僕を選んでほしかったのですが、それができなかったようなので潔く諦めようと思います。
I would be so furious at my friends.
カタリナ、困った顔をさせてしまってすみません。本当にカタリナのことを好きでした。
Huh? He said it so casually, but Giordo loved me? Yeah,
いや、これはきっと聞き間違い。
he's told you before.
聞き間違いではないんですよ。僕はちゃんとあなたが好きで婚約をしていたんです。
She's like, I'm having trouble saying these words to him. He just comes out and says it. My mind goes blank hearing his sudden confession, and Giordo smiles wryly.
大丈夫です。カタリナが気づいていないことも、あなたの気持ちが誰に向いているのかも、もうきちんと分かっていますから。
それは、どうもすみません。私全然気づかなくて。
いえ、いいんです。そういうところがカタリナの魅力ですから。
As Giordo opens up, I start to feel guilty. I see. I thought he didn't think anything of us and was using the engagement because he needed me as a shield. Yeah, this is just what happens when if the man doesn't speak up, someone else comes in and usually wins her over. This has happened to my own brother in real life. He liked a girl and so did someone else, and that someone else spoke up. And now they're married. And my friend, she was my friend too, and my friend was like, he never came and talked to me. She's like, I might have gone out with him if he talked to me. But if this is the conclusion that he came to after much thought, then I want to properly thank him. I look up at him.
ジオルド様のお気持ちに気づかなくて、そして答えられなくて本当にごめんなさい。思ってくれてありがとうございます。すごく嬉しいです。でも私はアラン様のことが。
待ってください、カタリナ。それはアランに直接伝えてくださいね。
At least he knows when to step back and let her finally tell him. I almost let it slip to Jordan that I love Alan, and right in front of him. Oh man. It's not okay to say it to someone else first, yeah.
すみません、ジオルド様。止めてくださってありがとうございます。
いえ、最後にこの笑顔が見られただけで十分ですかね。
Aww. Oh, I was like, this is so awkward.
カタリナ、それでは僕は失礼します。何か困ったことがあったら言ってください。力になりますから。
Look at that evil, conniving little face he's got on there. He smiles and walks off.
よかった。ジオルド様にもああ言ってもらえて。
I feel a sense of relief. Alan, however, looks exhausted.
いや、俺にはお前を不幸にしたら許さない。万一泣きつくようなことがあればその時は奪われる覚悟をしろって
Yep.
釘刺しに聞こえたが。
That's how it looked to me too.
それはさすがに考えすぎですよ。
No, he's not imagining things.
いや、ジオルドやメアリならやりかねないんだが。
Yep.
まあ、少なくともお前が笑っていられるうちは大丈夫か。
Alan's face softens as he looks at me. His gentle gaze makes my heart skip a beat. I realize that we're finally alone. I almost forgot. I called him out so I could tell him my feelings. I know, and now Giorno, your friends are not gonna like throw him in a hole. With the sudden emergence of Giorno, all of the words I prepared has left, but we're alone at last. Now is my chance to tell him the words I vowed to tell him for a year. But now that the time has come, I'm nervous. My heart is pounding furiously. I clear my throat.
アラン様お日柄もよく。
She's gonna talk about the day instead. I love that laugh of his.
なんで笑うんですか？
I love it so much.
いや、だってお前悪い。ちょっと思ってたのと違うから。相変わらずお前が言うことは予想がつかないな。
What? Really?
というか、そんなに構えなくたっていいだろう。子供の頃からずっと一緒だったんだ。今さら改まってという方が照れる。
それもそうですよね。
I've known Alan since I was a child. We even climbed trees together. We laughed a lot. He was a prince and I a daughter of a duke, but we were always honest with one another. Looking back, maybe that is what I love about Alan. Despite all of his titles, he never let that get to him. When I'm finally being honest with myself, the words come out naturally.
遅くなっちゃいましたけど、私もアラン様が大事で大好きです。
Alan's face flushes a deep red. He covers his mouth with his hands and looks away from me. I mean, what'd you expect after a year? You'd had a year to prepare for this and you're still acting the same. Seeing Alan react that way makes me embarrassed too, but at the same time, I feel fulfilled and happy. My heart is full. Finally, I've said it. My confession has failed for the past year, and now I'm finally able to say it.
俺もそのまあ知ってると思うが好きだ。
I think. I think you know, but.
はい、私も好きです。
Catches him off guard every time. I really do love him. I can't help but smile at seeing Alan blush like that. I'm finally able to tell the man I love that I love him too. I never realized how fulfilling this would feel. It makes me happy.
じゃあそのしていいか。
Are you going to seal it now?
何をですか？
前はアクシデントだったし。
I love how he's being so careful with his words. Huh? What is he talking about? I'm confused and he gives me this troubling stare. Just do it. He mutters something under his breath while scratching his head. Finally, he gives up.
そのキスだよ。
You should, don't just talk about it. Like, it would have been so much. Should have just caught her off guard. That's right, we kissed. The words take me back to the closet. But that was an accident, so if we take that out, I've never kissed Alan before. We were so wrapped up in the engagement that we weren't able to confess our feelings, but now that we both do feel for one another, Alan wants to kiss me.
してもいいか。
That's so cute.
あ、はい。
I nod as we hold hands. He's blushing, but his face is serious. His hands draw me in and our lips meet naturally. He's finally done it. He's finally kissed her. Whoa. My heart jumps at my first real kiss. My heart is racing in reaction to his soft lips. Alan looks just as flushed as me.
絶対幸せにしてみせるから。
It's amazing how one kiss can totally change the way that he speaks. Alan's curt voice. He's clearly blushing, but his eyes are so honest. I can truly tell how much he loves me. It almost makes me cry.
はい、一緒に幸せになりましょう。
あ、
Alan laughs joyously. I close my eyes and only warmth remains. I can be with Alan now and forever. That makes me happy. We try to ignore our feelings or forget what happened, but now because our feelings are out there, we can look toward the future together. I'll hold on to this blissful feeling forever. Aww. Memory scenario unlocked. I don't know why, but this feels shorter than all the other happy ends.
僕にとっても大事な思い。あなたのそばは本当に退屈しません。
Oh, the character changes. Oh, okay. I've already seen those. Which one is it? Together with you? Okay. At long last, it is the morning of my engagement with Catarina. Of your engagement? As the union of a member of the royal family and a noble, the event must be grand yet sophisticated. Okay, so it's the morning of the announcement.
ついにカタリナと俺が婚約をするのか。
Looking back, it really was a long journey. How many times did I think to myself that Giorno would never agree? But eventually he assented, and that brings us to today. The happiness seeps through me in a daze. We will exchange engagement keepsakes, picked especially for one another. Suddenly, I jolt back to my senses. I have no idea what she got for me.
いや、相手に直前に見せるなんて普通はしないが。
I can't help but worry what she might have selected. When Nicole graduated, she didn't give him flowers, but rather a bouquet of vegetables. There's no guarantee she will not give me something weird too.
でもまさか、カタリナでもそういうものを選んだりはしていないよな。
You never know. I glance around as a chill runs down my spine. A regular person would know better, but with her senses for things like this, she really might do something unique like that during the wedding.
いや、大丈夫だよな。さすがにまずいものなら、誰かが事前に止めているよな。
Catarina's maid, Anne, is keen-eyed. Catarina may have slipped the bouquet for Nicole past her, but an engagement gift for her prince, she'd check, surely. I gulp audibly as Catarina pulls out a seemingly ordinary pocket watch. So even Catarina would choose something safe for an engagement ceremony. Relieved, I take out the gift and exchange it for my own. I look over at Catarina to see she has a huge smile on her face. She looks curiously proud. I glance down at the watch. I flip open the cover to find today's date engraved, but there is something else etched there too.
これ、なんだ。野菜か何かの衣装に見えるが。
The ceremony procession suddenly snaps me back to attention. Now is not the time for this. I rush to close the lid, trying to focus on the next step of the ceremony. But that vegetable is haunting me. Finally, our engagement ceremony ends. Once we're alone, I take out the pocket watch again and approach Catarina.
カタリナ、婚約式の最中には聞けなかったんだが、この柄はどういう意図なんだ？
Like the first seed that he ever planted. Catarina has such a satisfied smile on her face, I am certain it must mean something. I half expected her to say that it just looks like a vegetable, that it's really something else. Instead, she tilts her head in confusion.
どういう意図って言いますと？
いや、この蓋の中に彫られているものについて聞きたかったんだが。
婚約式の贈り物にはよく日付や相手の名前を刻むと聞いたので。
いや、それはわかる。それはわかるんだが、なんでそこで野菜が出てくる？
I can't make any sense of her intention, so I press for more. After a moment, she claps her hands in realization.
時計なので日付にしてみたんですが、スペースの空いたところがちょっと寂しい気がしてしまって。だから日付に合うように今の時期旬な野菜を入れてみたんです。
Oh, okay.
旬な野菜？
はい、今の季節を思い出せて思い出の品にちょうどいいかと思いまして。
Truly a very Catarina-like reason.
なるほど。それで野菜だったのか。
Finally understanding the logic of my decision, I plant my palm firmly upon my forehead.
しかしどういう考えをすれば、婚約記念品に野菜を彫るなんて発想に至るんだ。
How she came to this conclusion remains a mystery. If there is extra space, one would usually include their names on the keepsake. And if someone wanted a design to match the season, a flower would fit nicely. Only she'd ever think to put a vegetable. I struggle to suppress my laughter. Catarina peers at me timidly. No, just laugh, it's fine.
野菜ダメでしたか？やっぱりアラン様らしく楽譜とか楽器の印象が良かったですかね。
In response to my silence, Catarina becomes worried. Her response is so off the mark, the whole situation feels even funnier. My resistance is futile. Just laugh, it's fine.
アラン様、やっぱり問題が。
He has the cutest laugh ever.
いや、問題ない。 むしろすごく気に入った。
No normal person would ever think to engrave a vegetable, only her. I could not ask for a better gift. Thinking of it that way, I suddenly feel rather fond of this watch she's given me. It does very much resemble her. I continue to gaze at the watch. I will remember this day always, and her feeling when engraving the vegetable into it.
ありがとうカタリナ。大切にする。
Holding the watch, I flash her a grin, and Catarina returns a relieved smile.
そう言ってもらえてよかったです、アラン様。
あ？なあカタリナ。それよりもう一つ頼みがあるんだが。
She looks confused as my voice lowers. I pull Catarina close in an embrace, hovering my lips near her ear.
そろそろ俺のことはアランって呼んでくれないか？
He's like, drop the formality with me.
ですが。
もう婚約しただろ？
I speak frankly and can almost feel her cheeks warm. Finally, she and I are engaged. The meaning behind the keepsake watch is, I want to spend my time with you. I don't know if she was considering all that, but I like to believe so. The future stretches out before us. If we can etch those years into our hearts together, nothing would make me happier.
カタリナ。好きだ。
I hear her gently say my name in response. Alan, she whispers. My happiness is too great to hold. Softly we kiss. Aww. Oh, that's so cute. I love that picture. She's so pretty. Oh, I love that dress.
振り返るの？
No, not you.
少し恥ずかしいんだけど。
I want to see it again. This was their engagement. How do I hide? This was their engagement day. It almost looks like their wedding day. She looks so pretty with her hair down like that. Of course, he looks handsome too. Wait, go back. Okay, we're going to
どれで
load
もお好きなものを選んでくだ
save
さい
file
わ。
1, and we're going to go through a whole bunch of options to lead to the other end. As the others discuss among themselves, I decide to collect my thoughts and begin my strategy meeting. Vote to negotiate with the pirates.
海賊と交渉してみるということでいいですかな。いいです。
I think in another end, in Keith's fruit, or it was yours route. Yeah, Keith's fruit, she had two Dubins. I forgot what happened in another end with Giordo. Actually, I was going to skip. Alan is right. If we anger the pirates, we may end up like Ryle. Don't worry.
全然大丈夫ですよ。ご心配なさらず。私も気をつけますから。
いや、それが一番心配なんだが。
Oh, he doesn't trust me. Seeing him sigh makes me feel bad. I mean, since there is a doom flag, I'm on pretty high alert when it comes to danger. I wonder what kind of cooperation Silva wants from us. He said it was related to Liliana.
ここだ。
And we're gonna say it's not like that. We're going to deny our feelings.
いやいや、今のは幼馴染としての抱擁ですから。変な意味はありませんから。そうですわね。
She totally isn't buying it. Gosh, this is so embarrassing. Hey, wait, why are we rushing to explain things? I mean, the hug wasn't weird. I didn't do anything wrong, but...
それでは、私は目を覆ってますので、
That's really
続
funny.
きをどうぞ。ね。
I think we've already read all this, so we're going to skip ahead. And we're going to make a weird face, make him laugh. At times like this, I know I'll make a weird face to cover it up. I make the weirdest face I could come up with. I accidentally make Alan laugh. Oh.
お前な。こんな時に何考えて。
It's funny how he talks like really quiet like that. What are you doing? Okay, so this is when they got caught. They didn't come out.
フレデリク卿。
アラン殿下、なぜここに？
He gives us a cold stare as we crawl out of the closet. Hearing our voices, Liliana also crawls out from under the bed.
いろいろあって海賊から逃げている。もしやフレデリク卿もか。
Okay, and then that becomes this part we've already seen. We're going to consult Alan on what to do. He's going to tell us to be quiet.
アラン様、これどうしますか？
いや、どうするんだって。どうしようもないだろう。
Alan looks troubled as he stares at Ryle. In the end, there was nothing we can do but continue watching them what is folding between them.
ライル様、私。
おも。
And then we're going to vote to befriend the three pirates. I think that's they're talking about pirates anyway.
隠し攻略キャラ候補の3人と遭遇したら仲良くなっておく。で、よろしい。いいです。
I think I've come to a conclusion. Now that I'm done with my strategy meeting, I feel a sense of satisfaction. Alan cocks his head in confusion while looking at me.
そんなに考え込んでどうしたんだ。腹でも減ったのか。
And then I remember reading that.
じゃあこの件は。
Then we're gonna say that I'll use the sword.
では、私が。
He's going to ignore us.
じゃあこれは部屋の中に置いていくか。
What? Why? And then, let's see. We're gonna go to... I need to ask whether he's met Maria or not.
ロジーってここまで来る途中でマリアには会った？
マリアってカタリナの友達の？いや、カタリナに紹介してもらって以来見てないけど。
This is a bunch of new text from all the other previous ones. Oh, that was a few mornings ago during breakfast, right? If they haven't met since then, maybe there hasn't been an encounter event. Then we're either not on Rosie's route, or he was never a playable character to begin with.
それよりロシーはこれからどうするんだ。
そうですね。今さら管理区域に戻ったら海賊たちになんて言う。
We're going to cover it up a little bit more for the fact that Alan has been using water magic. This could have been a huge problem. It was obviously a lot more water compared to when Liliana used magic on her own. Maybe I can...
いやー、実は私も魔法を使ってて。
Okay, that's such an obvious lie.
いや、どう見ても使ってなかっただろう。
He's like, no, you didn't. What? How could he tell? Obviously, you have earth magic, and I thought you've already told him this too. I'm startled that someone is calling me out. Someone puts a hand on my head and pats.
さっきのリリアナの魔法はすごかったな。神がかって見えてたぜ。本当に助かった。
I bet you he's playing along. He looks like the type. He looks like he is playing along with her ruse and complimenting only her.
これは
Yeah.
バレてるな。それよりこの先の部屋がどうなっているか気になる。すぐにジオルドたちの無事を確かめに行くぞ。
At this rate, create a diversion. I'm going to have to divert their attention with a sound. I take the vase from the hallway and I throw it. Alan is surprised by my sudden distraction. Frederick uses it as an opportunity to attack. Ooh.
本当に女は余計なことをするな。
I failed. Alan's clothes gets torn lightly and I break into a cold sweat. Luckily, he doesn't seem hurt. He looks pretty annoyed now. Oh, that's right. Frederick hates women. Then if I taunt him, he may shift his attention towards me. I take a step forward.
余計なことって何かしら？あなたのしていることの方がよっぽど余計だわ。
何？
Good, there's a little distance between them. I should use this opportunity.
う
The snake toy hits Frederick in the face and he staggers backwards.
Ha
Let's see. Let's just jump to unread text at this point.
Ima.
あれ
Does another end really include the confession? This seems weird. I don't remember the other ends having songs. It seems like it's the good end. But I did the file from save file 1. Well, if this ends up being the good end, I guess we'll just watch the good end first and I'll try to get the another end. I thought I did them all correctly though. See, I can skip this, I think, so. A few months have passed since the Vinculum incident was resolved. We have all returned back to our lives as Sorcier. Yeah, I think this is the good end. I returned to my ordinary school life. I am once again eating lunch in the inner courtyard with Alan.
美味しいですね、このキッシュ。
ああ、そうだな。
We sit next to each other on the bench while eating. It's so good. It's great eating outside. I stare up at the sky as I eat. I wonder how Ra and Liliana are doing. After the incident, Ra was taken in for questioning at Sorcier. They had to verify all reports on the incident. However, because his plans never came into fruition, he admitted to all of his crimes. His only punishment was a demotion to Earl. Liliana and I have become pen pals now. Liliana often asks me about what became of Alan and I since then. I look over at Alan in slight disappointment. I have nothing to report to her. That's why we were just eating lunch out while in the courtyard. But I also want to eat in the cafeteria if possible. But it's not good because people will see us. I still haven't been able to end my engagement with Giordo. After we had returned to Sorcier from the Vinculum, I immediately confessed my feelings to both Mary and Giordo, however. I was gonna say no.
なるほど。カタリナの気持ちはわかりました。ですが、もう少し待ってください。
待つって。
アランは弟ですからね。少し心配なんですよ。アランが本当にカタリナを幸せにできると確信できたら、その時には婚約はちゃんと解消します。
I don't really think that's your decision to make. Everyone's a grown person. Like, just let them make their own decisions and their own mistakes.
なので、僕が安心できるまではこのままでいさせてください。
He's acting like her father. Thus, he dodged my request. As for Mary,
いいえ、それ以上はおっしゃらないで。アラン様のことはどうでもよいのです。別に私は愛しておりませんもの。
it's fine that she says I don't love him, but she says I couldn't care less about him. That's so mean.
そうなの？ですのでいくらでも婚約なら解消しますわ。でもカタリナ様、どうかこれからも私と良いお付き合いをしてくださいませ。アラン様に愛想が尽きた時はいつでも相談してくださいね。私、一緒にどこへでも行く覚悟はできてますから。
And just like that, we are still good friends. She confirmed that she had never had feelings for Alan. So all that's left is Giordo, but that didn't go as planned. Alan is trying to convince him every day, but he dodges the questions every time and won't give me a chance to speak with him. As a result, we've been having lunch together discreetly. What we are eating is a special lunch that the lady in the cafeteria prepared for us. A sandwich, a quiche, fruit, meat, and some other packed food. But I wonder what Giordo meant when he said that he was worried whether Alan can make me happy. Does he think Alan is immature and wants to wait for him to grow up? I look at him as he mindlessly is eating away at his sandwich. This stunts Prince Alan. He is so childish and oblivious to romance. Oh, is that why Giorno questions whether his emotions for me are real or not? That is possible. I'm not confident that my feelings for Alan are even romantic. As the days go by, I question myself. I've had no prior experience with relationships in this life or my past life. Knowing Alan, maybe after the time goes by, he could come to me saying, I actually think I like you as a friend. And that may be true for me. After reading the romance books Sophia lent me, I'm starting to question whether my feelings are romantic. I haven't felt sorrow, pain, or stress like the heroines in the romance novels. Yeah, you have. Whenever you healed his wound on his hand, you felt pain and stress then. When I'm with Alan, it's fun. I want to eat lunch with him, so I do think I like him, but...
何考えてるんだ?
I hear Alan's voice and perk up. He speaks as he is about to pop a sandwich into his mouth.
そのサンドイッチ私のじゃないですか？
She will not let you get away eating her sandwich.
は? いやこれどっちのとかあったのか?
それはないですけど。
I wanted to eat it as soon as I laid eyes on it. He snatched it away while I was lost in my thoughts. Alan burst into laughter after seeing how distraught I've become.
そんな顔するなよ。別に取ったりしないから。
That's cute. He's like, I'm not gonna take your lunch here.
ほら、食べるか?
いいんですか?
なあ、ほら。
I inhale the sandwich into my mouth as soon as Alan hands it to me. That's not inhaling it, you just took a bite. The rich flavor of cheese and ham dances through my taste buds. It's just as delicious as I imagined.
手から直接食べるやつがいるか?
That's really cute.
何を言っているかわからん。口の中に入れたものを食べてから喋ってくれ。
That was adorable. After a big mouthful, I finished my sandwich. I grabbed my fork and stabbed a piece of meat with it.
はい、アラン様。次はアラン様がどうぞ。
お前。だから、そういうところが。まあ。
Okay, why not?
いいか。
His face flushes as he bites into my fork.
うん。うまいな。
いやー、食堂のおばちゃんのご飯、本当に美味しいですよね。昼間お外で食べるなんて贅沢ですね。
確かに、そうだな。
Alan smiles at me. This isn't bad at all. We haven't really spoken about our feelings since that day. I don't know whether we could consider ourselves a couple, but I know for certain that I'm happy. I continued to eat my lunch.
たく。こんなのが貴族令嬢なんだもんな。
I guess this is the another end because they're not really pursuing their relationship. They're just like, you know what? This is fine. We're fine just the way things are.
まあ、俺も大して変わらないか。もっと成長しないとな。ジオルドを納得させられるくらい。
Doesn't say the other end unlocks the CG though, so this has to be the good end. If this is the good end, it's not a very good end. They're just like being just passive in their relationship, not wanting to really. Well, she's not thinking of progressing it anyway. And he's just like, oh well, I'll be good enough one day. Alan smiles bitterly and continues to stab his fork into the fish on his plate.
ほら、カタリナ、これも食うか?
You just want the excuse to feed her some more.
いいんですか？ありがとうございます。
I eat from Alan's fork and enjoy the taste of his delicious lunch. The warm afternoon sun shines down on us. It would feel so nice if we could climb up a tree. I know, I'll invite Alan to climb a tree again with me sometime. We competed against each other as children. I think he'll go along with it. That's why we get along so well. I just feel comfortable being around him. I continue to eat my lunch with these thoughts flooding my head. Is this feeling love? I'm unsure of myself. We eat our delicious food discreetly in the courtyard. I truly appreciate times like this when I can be together with Alan. You know, the other two good ends, Keith's and Giordo's, I fought to... I fought with myself on what was the better ending. In Alan's, it's by far the happy end. Like, I didn't really care for much for that good end. Giordo's like, no, I'm not breaking it off. And they're like, well, maybe we don't like each other. Or she's like, maybe I just don't like him like that. Maybe it's not romantically. I'm happy just how things are. And I was like, well, maybe one day I'll convince him. It's just like, okay. Let's try to get the other end now. Okay, I'm gonna go through this really quickly. I'm just gonna like jump to it if I succeed.
それでは作戦会議を始めます。海賊といいです。全
いや、それが一番心配な。
いやさアラン様、これどうしオム隠し攻略キャラ候補の3人とそう
じゃあ
では私が
じゃあこれは部屋の中。
どちらへ行かれるのですか?
Okay, so I went through all the endings, I went through all of the choices again, and I still got the same ending. So we're just going to load up file save 2, and we're going to create a diversion and go for the good end, is what it says in my notes anyway. I'm going to have to divert his attention with the sound. I'm just going to put this on skip, because we've already seen all this.
え
カタリ
なんか
Okay, now
お
we're at
かん
the
がす
end
るのは
of
気のせい
the
か。
skip with the good end. Let's see what happens. Go ahead and skip that. Been a few months. Is it going to be the same? Weird. Yeah, it was the exact same. Yeah, I'm not sure.
よそ見をすんじゃねえよ。
I think there's something wrong in the choices. Let's load save file to. Let's just do the we're just gonna do the doom in real quick. I'm just gonna have to try my luck. Oh no, you're gonna hit Alan, aren't you? Close my eyes and feel the twisting with all my might, then I knew it. The toy stake directly hits Alan. This isn't good. It flew towards the one place I didn't want. He staggers backwards with a hand over his face. Frederick swings his sword towards him. Alan's in danger.
Ha!
He's gonna die. Frederick slashes away at Alan, sending his sword flying. He follows up with an attack, using the hilt of his sword straight at Alan's neck. Oh my goodness. Ow. Alan falls over after getting hit by Frederick's attack. Then Frederick makes his way to me. He stands before me to finish me once and for all. He draws his sword back.
お前たちに価値はない。死んでもらう。
She's not gonna even die protecting him, she's just gonna die. No, I don't want to die. My previous life ended too soon, and I want to live a long life in this one. There's no way I can dodge this attack at this range. Well, there you go. There's no time for me to process the pain I'm feeling. My life as Catarina Clays, the Villainess, has ended. Slashed with a sword. A doom end protecting Alan. It would be a nice doom end, but no, she's just like... she just dies. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time.
わかった。
Get the other end. Not creating a diversion at the very last because that was a love catch. So I'm going to do 0 love catches and see where that gets us. Yep, so it's the same thing even if you don't do love catches. So I don't know if there's actually another side ending to Alan's Route or not because I have not found it. So I guess we'll just go with that. We only got 3 endings instead of 4, but that's fine. The other endings, I mean, yeah, they're just extra side content. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. And Nicole's route is coming up next. So if you want to see some of him, you don't want to miss my videos, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in the next route. Bye.